text, audio, and video news of the globe from Scientific Television. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe with us. Thank you.
Now listen to the headline news. William and Catherine deeply concerned over Epstein revelations. Japanese stocks surge as Takaichi secures historic election victory. Seahawks dominate Patriots to win Super Bowl. The tech firms embracing a 72-hour working week. Trump's psyche, the aide driving president's most controversial policies. Australia police charge man with abuse of 459 children. Are Bangladesh's youth turning against India? Israeli president lays wreath at Bondi at start of controversial visit. K-pop Demon Hunter sequel in process reveals golden songwriter. Venezuela's opposition says party leader kidnapped hours after being freed. Christchurch shooter seeks to overturn guilty plea. Senegal arrests 14 members of alleged pedophile gang linked to France. The woman tasked with kicking Australian kids off social media. 5 talking points from Six Nations opening round. The shadowy world of abandoned oil tankers. Now listen to the main detailed news. The Prince and Princess of Wales have publicly expressed deep concern over fresh revelations linked to Jeffrey Epstein, focusing their sympathy on victims. The statement comes as renewed scrutiny surrounds Andrew Mountbatten Windsor over past associations with Epstein. Recent U.S. document releases, disputed photographs, and police assessments of new allegations have intensified attention, prompting changes in his living arrangements and adding pressure on the royal family amid sensitive diplomatic engagements. Japanese stocks surged to record highs after Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's Liberal Democratic Party won a historic landslide election victory, securing a 2/3 majority in parliament. The Nikkei 225 briefly crossed 57,000 before closing at a record level. Markets reacted positively to expectations of aggressive economic stimulus and pro-business reforms. The result strengthens Takaichi's authority, overshadowing opposition voices and positioning her government to advance bold fiscal policies. The Seattle Seahawks defeated the New England Patriots 29-13 to win their second Super Bowl, delivering a dominant defensive performance at Levi's Stadium. Seattle's defense recorded 6 sacks, 3 turnovers, and a defensive touchdown, shutting down Patriots quarterback Drake May. British coach Aidan Durd became the first overseas coach to win a Super Bowl. Quarterback Sam Darnold completed a redemption story, guiding Seattle to a historic championship victory. A growing number of tech startups are openly promoting a demanding 996 work culture, encouraging employees to work extremely long hours in pursuit of rapid innovation, especially in artificial intelligence. Companies advertise intense schedules as a badge of ambition and dedication. Supporters argue this culture fuels competitiveness and creativity, while critics warn it risks burnout, legal concerns, and health problems, sparking a global debate about modern workplace expectations and sustainability. Stephen Miller has emerged as a central and controversial figure in the Trump administration, shaping aggressive immigration policies and expanding executive influence. His public comments following a fatal immigration enforcement incident drew intense scrutiny and backlash. Posters, protests, and political criticism have targeted him as public opinion shifts. Despite controversy, Miller remains a powerful advisor, closely aligned with President Trump and deeply involved in major domestic and foreign policy decisions. A 27-year-old man in Australia has been charged with 596 child abuse offenses involving 459 victims across 16 countries. Police allege he used social media and gaming platforms to target children aged 7 to 15, recording and storing explicit material. Investigators found more than 23,000 files on his devices. Authorities have identified most victims and continue working internationally to provide support and pursue related suspects through coordinated global investigations. Bangladesh is experiencing political transition after a student-led uprising removed Sheikh Hasina from power, while elections approach amid rising anti-India sentiment. University campuses echo with protest slogans demanding sovereignty and democratic renewal. India-Bangladesh relations have sharply deteriorated, with visa suspensions, trade friction, and diplomatic mistrust. Youth activists accuse Delhi of backing authoritarian rule. The interim government now faces pressure to stabilize politics and repair strained regional relationships. Israeli President Isaac Herzog began a controversial visit to Australia by honoring victims of the Bondi Beach shooting that targeted a Jewish festival. Tight security surrounded the trip as protests erupted nationwide. Supporters say the visit comforts grieving families and strengthens unity, while critics accuse Herzog of inciting genocide in Gaza. Legal battles over protest restrictions and public demonstrations have intensified political debate during his 4-day diplomatic tour. Songwriter Mark Sonnenblick says a sequel to Netflix's hit animation K-pop Demon Hunters is in development after the film became the platform's most watched release. Its song Golden earned a Grammy, Golden Globe, and Oscar nomination, marking a breakthrough year for him. Sonnenblick is also preparing his new musical Midnight at the Never Get for a London debut, starring Ben Platt, expanding his growing international theater profile. Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Pablo Guanipa was reportedly kidnapped in Caracas just hours after being released from an 8-month prison term, his ally Maria Corina Machado said on social media. Armed men in civilian clothes allegedly intercepted him around midnight and forced him into vehicles, prompting calls for his immediate release from family and political supporters. The incident has renewed international concern over the safety of opposition figures in Venezuela.